On we go to Conchita Martínez against Sabine Appelmans, with Martínez, of course, getting a chance to gain revenge against Belgium's Sabine Appelmans for the defeat yesterday of Arantxa Sanchez Vicario by Dominique van Roost. Well, at the start, everything going Martínez's way. And she won the opening set at something of a canter, 6-2. The terrific play from Appelmans brought her back into the match in the second set. Martínez did, though, serve for the match at 5-4. She couldn't put it away, though, and it was Appelmans who came back.
We had some drama too. Conchita Martínez and Sabine Appelmans at 4-1 in the third set. Both called for assistance from the trainer.
And of course nowadays you can have treatment for loss of condition, which I think is a poor rule, because frankly one of the things you try and do as a tennis player is to tire out your opponent, and yet you're allowed now to have treatment for such things as cramps and dehydration, anything you like.
30 seconds remaining for both players.
Well, the situation in the match, Appelmans lost 8 consecutive games earlier in this match, and at one stage trailed 3-5 in the second set, a set down, and 15-40. So the number 3 seed, Martínez, had 2 match points against Appelmans, and Appelmans has won 8 of the last 9 games to get it to 4-1 in this third set. It's been a huge turnaround. We saw Martínez leave the court about was 2 games ago for a change of shirt, so we had a delay there. We've been going over 2 hours. And John, when I first joined you, it seemed a formality that Martínez was going to go through to the quarterfinals. I know we've seen a lot of upsets today, but right now it looks as if Appelmans of Belgium, seeded 16 here, is in the driver's seat against Martínez of Spain.
Leading 4-1. Having at one stage looked absolutely dead from the heat, and it is very, very hot, about 50 degrees on the court down there, the court surface.
New balls.
Martínez serving with the new balls.
Oh. 15 left.
Essential that Martínez has a quick, secure service game here if she's going to fight back, but frankly it is she who has looked the more exhausted in the last few games. That is a total reversal of the second set.
Oh.
And the body language is telling us an awful lot at the moment.
And that's a tied second serve following a tied first serve. So 15-all, double fault to the number 3 seed, Wimbledon champion a couple of years back.
First one she served today.
Oh. 30-15.
They had a couple of good matches recently, haven't they? I mean, Appelmans did have success against Martínez.
Well, they played a couple of times. Last year, the European Indoor Championships in Zurich. Appelmans won that one in straight sets, and then Martínez won 2 weeks later in Moscow in 3 sets. Oh, she's made a mess of that one. And look at that body language. What do you draw from that? Despondency, tiredness, despair, perhaps.
Drop shot's been a good one for Appelmans. She played it on match point a long time ago now and got away with it. It showed a lot of courage.
She knows she can win now.
13-14.
It's a totally different stride about the court. It's purposeful, it's confident, whereas it was a tired-looking Appelmans in the second set.
Appelmans.
She's got it. Breaks again. Has won 8 of the last 9 games and now will serve for a place in the quarterfinals. It's been to the round of 16 on 5 occasions in Grand Slam tournaments, yet to make a quarter. And think for a moment, back in Belgium, yesterday, Dominic van Roost over Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, and today, maybe Sabine Appelmans over Conchita Martínez.
Do you think war will be declared by Spain on Belgium?
Well, if it's not, you've got to say Belgium's won it.
Oh, this is a wonderful performance. Down and out, match points down, and here she is, well, on the brink of, I can't see that she'll lose now. Marvellous performance. You know, somebody who's going to be pleased, it's her boyfriend, Serge Hobourdin. They're going to get married in September this year, after the US Open. He'll have his fingers crossed for her. So will the whole of Belgium.
Double there, 15-30. A glimmer for Martínez, but it's a long way back. 4 double faults for Appelmans.
Mr. 30 all.
Yes, I think the head shaking there says it all. The heat has got her. Leaving the court hasn't really made very much difference, or the treatment by the trainers.
And that brings up match point. And remember today, in this half of the draw, we've lost the number 1 seed Graf, number 5 seed Huber, and number 7 seed Davenport. And surely the number 3 will go as well. What a remarkable string of upset.
Who would prove the stronger of the walking wounded? It would be Appelmans. She raced away with the third set, 6-1. Another great victory for Belgium.
It was quite funny, actually, because we both felt really bad, and the only difference was maybe that I didn't show it as much. Yeah, I've never been in a situation like this, but it was very, very hot, you know, especially in there. I had the feeling there was no air moving, so it was like, yeah, I cannot explain it better than playing in a sauna. That was the feeling.
So in successive days, 2 Belgians have put out the Spanish second and third seeds.